Hi guys, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm reviewing The Up Side of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. This is a young adult contemporary novel, kind of a romance, kind of a coming of age story. The main character in this is Molly, and she has had 26 crushes officially meaning that she has told her sister about them and they have been officially recorded for posterity. But she's never had a boyfriend. She's never kissed a guy. And most of that comes down to Molly not putting herself out there. She gets these feelings for guys and then just doesn't do anything about them because that's safer. You can't be rejected if you don't ask. Also, Molly is fat and she's been the victim of bullying through middle school and high school. And so she kind of doesn't necessarily think these guys would actually be attracted to her. And she's worried about what it looks like when she takes her clothes off. Like, sure, this guy may want to hang out with me, but will he actually want to have sex with me? Um, and so she's got these nagging, self depreciating thoughts in the back of her head and really struggling with the body image thing as well as the not wanting to put herself out there. Although she does want a boyfriend, she just kind of doesn't want to be the one to have to ask. And then on the other side of this, we've got her twin sister Cassie, who is outgoing and flirtatious and always hooking up with girls. And Cassie is always telling Molly about the girls that she hooked up with and what her dates were like and what it's like to kiss them. And so there is this shift in their relationship when Cassie gets her first girlfriend, and all of a sudden she's not telling Molly what it's like anymore. She's not sharing. She kind of, instead of sharing a little bit, decides not to share anything. Um, and then when they do hang out together, it's weird because Molly's like, I don't know how to react because she's with her girlfriend. The relationship between the two sisters changes, and it's the story about like what happens when one of you gets a girlfriend, gets into a relationship first and the other one isn't. Cassie has also noticed this shift in their relationship, and her solution is that Molly should date her girlfriend's best friend, and then they can all go out on double dates together and it won't be awkward anymore. And Molly will want to spend all her time with her boyfriend, and so she won't mind Cassie spending all her time with her girlfriend. Molly does have a crush on the guy that Cassie's trying to set her up with. Molly's also got a crush on this boy that she's working with, and she hasn't told her sister because she doesn't think Cassie's going to approve because he's a complete and total nerd. He has these super bright white tennis shoes that makes him look dorky, and he wears Lord of the Rings t-shirts, and he has like a season pass to the Renaissance Festival, and so it's um so they have this relationship developing kind of apart from the rest of Molly's friends, and I am personally all team read, go Lord of the Rings guy. Um, and then we also just have these shifting relationships between um, like their friend group changing. Their cousin, who was their best friend, Abby, has moved, and so they aren't seeing her anymore. And then their best friend, Olivia, and just the changes that happen when they start hanging out with the girlfriends group. It's definitely the story of like growing up as well. Um, and then we have the family dynamic, not only between Mina and Cassie, who are twins, but also they have a little brother, Xavier, and because their moms are interracial, the whole family doesn't look alike. So Molly and Cassie are both white, as is their birth mother, Patty, but their other mother, Nadine, is black, and so her son Xavier looks like they look black. They don't look the same, and so we have this racial storyline in here a little bit. And then we have Nadine and Patty finally getting married as gay marriage is legalized. So that's their plan for the summer. And so that happens early on in the book. So a lot of this book is gearing up towards that wedding and planning for it. So on the whole, I really enjoyed this book. It's got a lot of different kinds of diversity going on in here. Um, Racial, LGBT, Molly dealing with her body image and being fat, chubby, So I like that. The characters feel real and fun, and I totally relate to Molly because that was me in high school. Like, yeah, that guy's really cute, but I'm not gonna go say anything to him. Um, and definitely feel the not always feeling beautiful thing because you don't fit the size 2 uh, ideal that the media portrays. I love the romantic aspect of this and the love story that's developing, but it's not typical romance going on here. Like she definitely has romantic feelings and is dealing with that, but not in quite, I don't know, a typical fashion, I guess. Um, the book is light and a fun, quick read, despite Molly's um, self depreciation, I guess. I highly recommend The Upside of Unrequited. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. It's got some weird things in here with texting. Like for one thing, they use emojis when they're texting each other, but they get written out and described, which is actually one of my favorite parts of this book. Is like this is what the emoji looks like, and this is what we're trying to convey with it. Um, but then the other part of this texting is that they just kind of change the font when they with the text message, and it'll be like in the middle of a paragraph, like he typed blah blah blah, and I reacted yada yada yada, and it's all in the same paragraph, and the font that differentiates the text from the rest of the story isn't like distinct enough that you don't immediately, at least I couldn't immediately tell if there was a text or not, and kind of was like, oh, not ever this paragraph. I think that line was actually supposed to be a text, um, which I didn't like as much as some of the other books where the text is just separate, like as its own paragraph and offset, but it's its own thing. It works sort of. Peace out. I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye.